Okay, welcome back everybody. I'm doing this video really just as a quick request to one of our viewers. I'd done some stuff with the Wild West Copilot, which is this rifle right here, I don't know, a couple years ago. And the viewer had complained, I'm sorry I forgot your name, I'm not in front of a computer, obviously, had requested that he would like to see this more up close. And since I'm sitting here waiting for some people to come back with more screws for the rack system, I thought I'd go ahead and turn on the camera and go ahead and get this out and talk about it for a minute. So, not that I'm the world's greatest expert on the Marlin lever action rifle, but I can tell you a little bit about this one. This is made by a company originally out of Alaska called Wild West Guns. You may have heard of them. I think they've had a TV show or have done some stuff in media. This is a stainless steel gun. It's originally a Marlin, I don't know, what is it, a Marlin 1895 XLR. And then what Wild West did is they took it and they converted it into a takedown gun. And it was originally chambered in 45-70. And they've bored it out to also accept a Wildcat is probably not the right phrase for it. So Wild West Guns has a proprietary caliber that they've come up with that I've seen it referenced as a couple different things. It apparently does have a SAMI spec now, but it's known as 457 Wild West or 457 Magnum. And so what it basically is a hot loaded 45-70 round that is just a little bit extra length is added to it so somebody can't slip it into a trapdoor gun and blow it up, because it will definitely blow up an older trapdoor gun. So that is the 457 Wild West or 457 Magnum. So, but the side benefit that Wild West Gun says about these is that you can single load this with 410 shot shells. Now, in full disclosure, we have put 410 shot shells in it, not every brand, I don't even remember what it was, and we've never been able to successfully get a 410 to detonate, but I'm sure it does. So for those that are wondering what the whole point of this gun is, for us, 45-70 is legal for deer in this part of the country, so we thought it would make a nice deer gun. But this originally was marketed and billed as a survival gun for bush pilots in Alaska. And so the gun, you unlock the action, unscrew the tube, and then you can break the gun apart and it fits under your seat. The gun broken down as well. So there it is. And it's stowable two-piece configuration in a little Cessna bush plane or whatever they call those things. So, and if you were to land in, forgotten territory, the idea being you could have this, obviously 457 or 45-70 would be perfectly fine against brown bear or moose, but you could also, in theory, use the 410 to maybe shoot small game to eat or survive. So it's built as a survivalist type gun. They're fairly uncommon. And they're very expensive, especially for what you can get a regular Marlin for. So some of the features that that Wild West does with these is they put a big loop lever on it. And so the idea being with the big loop is instead of, it works with the gloves, but you don't really push down with the big loop. The trick is, and I had a cowboy guy teach me this some years ago, is really you just push forward. And that works the action, and it goes a little bit faster and keeps your targets more on sight. So there's a Wild West lever. I think they upgrade the trigger group and hammer possibly as well. They put I guess that's I don't know what you call that. Like is that a Weaver's type of scope base? I'm certain you could probably, they could get whatever you want up there. But the idea being you could put a scout type scope up here at the front of the guns for long eye relief in case, like a Jeff Cooper scout rifle. They put their own, also their own proprietary Wild West branded ghost rings rear and it's it's protected. And then they have a caged front with a fiber optic also to protect it, which it's very effective sight. So the only person that has ever actually, as I recall, actually used this gun to take any game with is Officer Mike. He used it last year, and I had a fair amount of success with it. And actually, I could swear Officer Mike brought it back in cleaner condition than when we lent it out to him. So, very impressed by that. Also, it has a ported barrel, obviously to hold back some of the recoil of the 457 Wild West. So, as far as the options, I guess, on these guns, again, I've seen them. I've seen synthetic furniture. This is that laminated type furniture. So it's very impervious to water, being a treated wood, but it's still wood. It doesn't swell as bad as maybe something that's untreated. But I think ideally you would probably want synthetic furniture on this, but the recoil might help dampen some of the recoil some. Also, it does come with a very meaty and very effective butt pad, which you do need. So, interesting point. I'm not a Marlin guy, not a cowboy gun guy, not a whatever guy, but I guess there's a lot of debate and controversy with these guns, because the original Marlin gun, so it's like it's a cowboy gun, so I should have done that. So when it's fired, that's how it goes off. Obviously, fire pin hits or hammer hits the firing pin, and then it's got a traditional half cock. However, modern guns, because of lawsuits, have a crossbolt safety, and this crossbolt safety is, my understanding, is controversial among enthusiasts with these type of guns, because their fear is that, when they come up and, they go to actually work the gun or shoot the gun, it may come up with a dead gun because it turns out the safety's on. So, but I had a Cowboy Shooter friend of mine. He actually made a good point about these crossbolt safeties, and I hadn't really considered it. So, as you can see, the red there, safety's off. Then safety's on. His opinion was you shouldn't dry fire these guns because of the way the firing pin works. And so with the, if you turn the safety on, crossbolt, his argument was it was safe to dry fire because the safety kept the hammer from actually hitting the firing pin. So that was a perspective I'd never heard before. So hopefully this answers a little bit of what you're looking for as far as this gun. And if you have any questions or any comments or want to see more pictures of it, go to our website, John1911.com. That's JOHN1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Everybody, have a good day.